Right, so this is our list. If we want to print it, just print, then class reps, and you print it. You see, it changed the order because I used the function class reps dot sorted in alphabetic order, because M comes before P and T comes before P according to the English alphabet. So we also have tuples. The difference between tuples and lists is that lists, they use these types of brackets, whereas tuples, they use these curvy brackets. They are called curvy brackets or parentheses, while dictionaries, they use curly brackets. These are known as curly brackets. So the difference between dictionaries and tuples and lists is that dictionaries are also referred to as hashes, and they use the key value attribute, right? So this lat is the key, it's in quotes, and this is the value, right? Key value, and the keys and values are separated by a full colon, right? So if you want to go to the next set of key values, you use a comma like this, right? So this is index 0. This is index 1. If we had another one, that would become index 2, right? For example, if you want to print the value, if you want to assign a value for a certain key, this is the method that you use. You write the name of the dictionary, you open your brackets, then within the brackets you write the key, that is lat. Then after writing lat, then you can assign a different value. Because earlier on lat had 40.20547, but now the value is being changed to 40.2054. So these are the lists, tuples, and dictionaries. We are going to look at them separately. This is just a summary of what we are going to see. So these are just similarities between tuples, lists, strings. They are defined here. So this is an example of a tuple. If you want to see the difference between a tuple and a list, tuple in ma 4 corner brackets, 4 corner brackets, whereas tuple in ma parentheses, in ma curves. So this is an example of a tuple. It was T2. This 2 has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 members are here, and we also have a list here. And the difference between these and the string is that a string uses quotes, right? A string uses quotes, and they use the same access techniques in terms of indexing. For example, if you want to print the value that is in index 1, this is how you do it. It's the same thing in lists. It's the same thing in strings. It's the same method, right? For example, this is index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, and if we are moving many-face, this is index -1, -2, minus. It's the same that we have for strings, right? Slicing is the same. The slicing is the same. You can go and practice this, otherwise you need to take the whole day. You can take the whole day. Right? This is also another technique that you can use if you want to identify whether 3 is in T. T is a list which contains these numbers 1, 2, 4, 5. So we are asking the compiler if 3 is in the list, right? So it should return false if 3 is not in the list, and if 3 is available in the list, it should return true. For example, here 4 definitely is in the list, so it returns true. Then you can also use the opposite, 4 not in. So as you can see, Python is just English. That's why it's so easy. 4 not in T should return false, because 4 is in T. T is the list, right? So the in keyword is also used in the syntax for other unrelated Python constructions. for example, for loops. Right? Teachers will appreciate for loops. Now let's look at in strings. We say we've got our string P, which is assigned the characters get, and we also have, this is a list. We're going to have 4 corner brackets, what is what list. We're going to find a curly brackets, normal brackets, and parentheses. Then you know it's a tuple. Dictionary in only got my key value attributes as well as my curly brackets. Tuple in my curly brackets. It is what KV brackets. So panapata, since we have got this string P, we want to know if P is available in this list. So true for P are in my list. So P in J should be true because the word get is in here. Then if we say A in P, it's also true because we have the letter A, right? If we say T in P, remember slicing your title here, and my characters are one of this. Do they have T? So you should practice. When you are going to write your test, I'll be asking some of these tricky questions. So you should familiarize yourself with it. The more you write this code, practice it, the more you know. Right. We also have a range function. The range function. Range function, it returns a list of integers. For example, when you range, they know you are 5. It gives you numbers from 0 to 5 minus 1. That is 0 to 4. You can also use slicing by range pattern. The first digit, mirror number by tangira, which means tanga numbers 2. Then the last, it means we are ending at this number minus 1, which means can I read 2, 5? It means we are bringing 2, 3, 4, right? I think we need to write some code, right? Let's look at different scenarios. 10, right? It should print numbers from 0 up to 9, right? It should print numbers from 0 up to 9. Let's say we have our list, we call it, we have list 1. You can also initialize an empty list, right? You can initialize an empty list. Then we want to give, we want to assign a value to this, assign range 10, right? Then let's try to print list 1. Let's try to print list 1 to give us range from 0 to 10. Give us a range from 0 to 10. Right, so let's see what range is going to print here. Let's see what range is going to print. So you write list, then range, then 10, right? So it will print the range of numbers from 0 up to 9. So it will not print 10, you should remember. It will not print 10. And also the other example here, this is the starting point, and it will not include 5, it will include 5 minus 1. So let's look at another example here. List, let's say it starts from 3, comma, and we want to end at 20, so we write 21 here. So French, then 2 comma banana, and 21. Right. So range can also have 3 values, like here. You can also have 3 values, whereby you start at 0. For example, here you start at 0, then you end at 9, right? But you'll be incrementing your values by 2, right? So you get 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, but you won't be able to write 9 because the difference between 8 and 9 is not 2, right? So 2 is known as the stepping. So you write it like this: list, then range 2, comma, let's say 20, and we're stepping by 2. You get this, huh? So if you want to change in step by 5, increment your values by 5, it will give you this, right? This is how it works. You can also write a for loop. For loops, this will help you to automatically print a certain range of numbers. So if we have I in range 5, then you write a colon, then you press enter, then you print I. We are printing everything that is within this range, right? If we do it like this, right, we want to print, we don't want to print 1, so we want to print I, right? So print everything, yeah? If we want to print numbers from up to 100, to print all of the numbers, right? All of the numbers from 0 to 99. Sorry, from 0 to 99. Let's keep it simple. 8. Right. So when you're using a for loop, we will cover this in detail. I think when we're about to conclude this chapter. When you're writing a for loop, you should end your statement with a full colon. And after ending it with a full colon, most IDEs, they will just help you. Just press enter. It will self-indent for you. Because Python has got a problem that if you do not use indentions, you generate an error. For example, let's see what will happen. You see, an indentation error expected in indented block. So if you do this by mistake, you just press tab. If you press tab to solve your problems.